According to a New York Times survey, in May 26, 2021, more than 260,000 coronavirus cases have been linked to American colleges since this recent January. Unfortunately, the inability of Indiana State Legislature to pass a bill to require proof of COVID vaccines or medical exemption from students attending state-funded colleges has caused severe outbreaks of the coronavirus on and off campus. As a resident assistant at Boston University, I had to witness numerous residents constantly breaking preventative COVID measures. I additionally saw the difficulties our superiors had when it came down to the implementation of COVID policies. In fact, whether you attend in-person or online classes at any college, you are still very vulnerable to this issue, as you might enter in contact with those people when you go to the grocery store or even as you walk your dog outside, as you do not know who are those people that follows COVID regulations or not. So today we will explore the causes, effect, and solution concerning the inability of universities in Indiana to make the COVID vaccine a requirement. Although most people will assume that students will be willing to cooperate with COVID measures to protect and improve the college experience of all, it is not the case, because there is a massive political pressure on the issue and a lack of understanding of the current situation. According to ABC News, on April 27, 2021, mandatory vaccinations will be a political minefield due to the pressure from state Republicans and Democrats. As you can see on this picture right here, the states in blue represent Democrat states and the states in red represent Republican states. So a survey showed that 50% of respondents are supporting colleges requiring that students get vaccinated before they can come on campus, while 47% are opposed to that measure. From another article published on May 26, 2021 by NWI Times, we also learned that a group of 19 Republican lawmakers in the state of Indiana argued that universities should not be able to require vaccines that do not have full Food and Drug Administration approval, which is quite interesting. As of today, the given vaccines have not been FDA fully approved yet, but they are being administered on an emergency use authorization only. Another cause of the problem will lie within the differences in household comprehension, as I already said, and this is mainly due to anti-vaccine propaganda, as some families fully encourage getting vaccinated in the household, as they see it as a duty of being a good citizen, others see it as a threat to freedom. As reported by CNN on June 24, 2021, about a student filed a lawsuit in U.S. District Court in Indiana asking a judge to prevent the school from enforcing it, saying it is in violation of the 14th Amendment in state law. The arguments were based on the Section 1 of the amendment, which mentioned that no state shall make or enforce any law which will abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Considering no bill has been yet passed for COVID vaccine to be mandated in Indiana state-funded universities because of the propaganda and the political atmosphere going on, let us try to learn about the main consequences of it. Such circumstances make the atmosphere of college at the moment very heavy because of feelings of apprehension about increased chances of having and contracting COVID-19 while you attend college. An article published by Plus One on February 10, 2021 mentioned that this growing fear of contagion in the heart of many triggers high level of stress, which impacts student performance. Secondly, if no bill is implemented by Indiana legislature, you and I are at a high risk of experiencing another outburst of COVID, especially in college communities. Information from IndyStar on July 9, 2021 informs us that the Delta coronavirus variant is the dominant variant in Indiana because it is easily transmitted, and as expected by all, most of those who are falling ill by this variant were people who were either unvaccinated or partially vaccinated. Even though though this problem can set many students back in their education, they are fixable. However, the only solutions come from the state and individual levels. So, some things that we could do would be to prioritize campaign awareness of COVID in order to dissipate all the wrong information shared by propaganda and make citizens understand that this should not be resolved as a political issue but rather as a humanitarian one. In school, as recommended by CDC on June 4, 2021, student leaders and athletes can be used in the campaign to build vaccine confidence as well as educate the community. Such action will help improving the mood and atmosphere when it comes to the upcoming bill. Another step that can be taken towards the bill will be that citizens engage in direct lobbying, which has to do with contacting the legislature, sharing your views on an issue, and asking them to vote a specific way on the COVID vaccine bill. This can be done with something as easy as a phone call or writing a letter by a formal meeting, or just sending a message to the legislature or the staff person that you need to get in contact with. As we are moving forward, I would like you to know and to let me know also how many people in this audience or how many people around me feel so very reticent to this bill. Well, for these few people, it is important that you know that your point of view has some validity. As on July 21, 2021, NBC reported that at least 8,700 out of 11 million fully vaccinated people tested positive for COVID-19. But though these breakthrough infections had happened, they are still very rare. And those that already happened, you should be aware that the cases are never severe but quite mild. So, in conclusion of everything we've learned today, we discussed the causes, effect, and solution to the lack of mandated COVID vaccine bill by Indiana legislature for state-funded colleges. We actually learned that after we are able to engage in awareness campaign and direct lobbying, thereby putting in place a favorable atmosphere for the bill of COVID-19, students will feel less stressed and safer in the environment where they're learning. Finally, if you must remember that the public interest and the public safety of everyone is the first thing we should all care, and if we try to put it on a pedestal, our administration will be able to move in a positive motion.